Hey guys, it's Dan from Man's Family Forge here, and today's project is we are going to be making a new knife. It's a new pattern that I came up with the help of a customer. Don't even have a name for it yet, so if you think of a name that you like while you're watching this, throw it down in the comments section. We're going to be making this knife out of a steel that I procured while I was at Blade Show back in June in Atlanta. I procured these 3 billets of this stuff from a company called Damasteel. Damasteel produces, or I should say, distributes a particular line of Damascus or pattern welded steel made by a master blacksmith who is out of Frankfurt, Germany. His name is Marcus Bulbach, and he's a 3rd generation blacksmith that produces Damascus steel, superior quality Damascus steel on an industrial level. I was able to purchase these back in June, and tonight I'm going to make a knife out of them. You can see on all of these billets the words Leo 4. Leo stands for leopard because one of the main ingredients of this steel is the tank barrel parts from the old leopard tanks that were repurposed and used in this making of this steel. It's very high quality stuff. So Leo 4 is a particular pattern. It looks really, really cool. I'm super excited about getting this forged to shape and seeing what this pattern looks like. It's 640 layers, each one of these, which is incredible, which usually creates a really great, beautiful pattern. So I'm going to be making it about 8 inches long, which all these knife shapes are different sizes. The one at the top is 8 inches. So that means I've got to stretch this billet out about 33% longer. So I'm going to lose about 1/3 of it in thickness, but that'll be perfect. So tonight we're going to fire up the forge and heat this up and stretch it out. What I'm going to be doing too is I'm going to be using some dyes to create even, I think, a more rich pattern. I'm going to grab them right now. So these are, I got to clean them up, but these are ladder pattern dyes. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm forging these out, I'm going to be using fullering dyes, which are just an aggressive dye for pushing material, flat dyes for cleaning it up and keeping everything nice and level. I'm going to start by using these, which should produce a little bit of a pattern, and you should be able to see as you draw these out with the ladder dyes, you should be able to see eventually down the road when we etch the steel, when we're done, a pattern emerge amidst those 640 layers. So I'll be using these dyes once I clean them up to stretch out the material, hopefully further enhance that pattern, get it to shape, and start making this particular knife. That's one thing that's on tap for today. The other thing is I am also working on a couple of Anvil stands. So I was given a couple of anvils that are over here. One is a Peter Wright and one is a Robert Foster. Robert Foster is from 1828. You might be able to see some of the letters on it. The Peter Wright is circa 1850 to 1890. The Peter Wright weighs about 115. The Robert Foster weighs about 145 pounds. And just this weekend I was able to get these two just about finished and ready for the anvils. They are made out of, the top is made out of maple, like a spalted maple, and the bases are made out of a poplar, actually more specifically a cottonwood. And I know people don't like cottonwood for some reason, but to be honest, I think the cottonwood has a really rich and a really great color to it, almost buttery color. The patterns are really, really cool. So anyways, while the forge is firing up, I will be adhering or fixing these tops. They're not glued down just yet. Fixing the tops and putting the anvils on it. So it's going to be a busy day in the shop just before head out to watch the Bills game at 7. All right, there you go.